I've got Itoro Jimmy right here with us, joining us all the way from Abuja. Glad to have you with us, Itoro.
Good afternoon, Udoka. It's great to be here.
Great to have you with us. Football is back, the EPL is back, and we're enjoying the very best of football. But let's talk about Chelsea, Man City. Before that game, what were your expectations?
Chelsea, Man City. I wouldn't say I was expecting too much. I think even you have actually said it yourself that even the Chelsea players or Chelsea fans, I must say, were not really expectant. I spoke to a Chelsea fan yesterday after that game, and he said to me, well, Man City won 2-0 as expected. And I'm very sure he's listening to me right now, and he will be like, oh my goodness. But really, I don't think Chelsea fans really expected much from that encounter. I wasn't really expecting anything different. Yes, it is the first game, it's their first game of the season. I mean, I know Enzo Maresca will probably say, oh, okay, I need to start up on my right foot. But you are playing against a Pep Guardiola, a man you've actually worked under. So it was a case of saying, oh, the student and the master. And of course, the master prevailed at the end of the day. And well, for the season, I don't want to say much right now, but Man City, I don't think they're actually going to take it easy. I see them actually trying to go on for the 5th Premier League title, if you ask me.
Wow. For that comment, I'm sure Arsenal fans just might be outside your house waiting for you because they do not want Man City to win the league anymore because a lot of fans are tired of Manchester City winning. But talking about Arsenal, they played against Wolves. They won that game 2-0, and some have tagged it not so much of an impressive performance from Arsenal. But would you cut all the teams some slack because it was just game one?
Well, Arsenal game against Wolves, they actually struggled. Honestly. Arsenal struggled against Wolves. And I think that actually is something that some fans kind of like worried about. But this is the first game of the season. So I'll say most of these players are playing. They are just coming back, trying to warm up. Don't forget that some of them have played with their countrymen. Yes, they've been playing some preseason games and all that. This is the first game, so I know some teams will start up very slow. Some teams will start up, they'll hit the ground running. But a team like Arsenal, I would say yes, if they actually want to be, at the end of the day, we'll say Arsenal winning the Premier League. They really should take every game serious. The way they played against Wolves, I would say they got lucky at some aspect because they were almost punished. But somehow they found themselves back. They came back into that game. And if they continue playing like this, it's something to worry about. Actually, it's something to worry about. But I hope they pick up the pace, with the next game and, the game after that.
All right, and talking about EPL now, a lot of new managers in the league, and we've seen one, Enzo Maresca, lose his game to Man City. But of course, Liverpool, they have a new manager, Arne Slot, and he got his first win on a bounce. And it looks like Liverpool are in good hands just after Jurgen Klopp.
Yes, I would say, well, Arne Slot has got a big shoe to fill. Talking about the new coaches, three of them actually lost their first game, and only 2 of them won. Arne Slot and Fabian Hotspur, yes, from Brighton and Hove Albion, the youngest coach ever in the Premier League. Yes, the 31-year-old actually proved himself, and I think looking at the first game, I don't want to judge them from their first game, but looking at them generally, the new coaches coming on, and of course talking about Arne Slot, I think he's got the players. Yes, he's got the players. The squad didn't really change much, so I'll say he has a very good squad there. And looking at his past record, I think he's going to do much with Liverpool. I mean, coming into the Premier League for the first time.
Okay. We'll see how far Arne Slot will go with Liverpool this season. But a lot of belief has been put on the coach, but I just hope it doesn't turn to pressure. Before we talk about today's games now, let's take a look at Everton Football Club. Last season, they struggled. They managed to survive relegation. This season, the FFP chasing them left, right, and center. And the football fans are complaining about the ownership of the club. There's a lot of crisis in that club. Do you think they will escape relegation this season, or this is the season where they will go down?
I think with the problems they've been having, it's not far away. I don't think Everton will probably survive it this time around because don't forget, they've been struggling not just last season, the season before that. They barely escaped relegation by the whiskers. And last season it was just really, really close. And they've started off on the wrong foot this time around. And if they continue like this with the pressure and with the way they started out this season, I don't see Everton surviving this season at all. I don't think they're going to survive relegation this season because the pressure is actually getting too much. They were docked some point last season and somehow they made it through. And if that happens, I guess it's going to be a big, big problem for the team if they can't actually get themselves out of this before, say, mid-season. If not, if they can actually fight this through before mid-season, I'll say they'll bounce back. But if they can't, I see them going under this time around.
Definitely, the pressure, as they say, is getting worse and worse. But let's talk about the game today. Monday night fixture, Leicester City versus Tottenham Hotspur. Interesting match to look out for.
Yeah, it's a very interesting game to look out for, I tell you. Leicester is coming back to the Premier League after, winning the championship. And I'm very sure they want to prove themselves. Yes, so take a look at Tottenham Hotspur, who are also trying to come back at the top. Yes, Tottenham is also trying to come back on top as it is. But, Leicester, I think this game is going to be a cracker, Udoka. I think this game is going to be a cracker because Leicester is here to say, look, we are back and we're back to stay. And if they're really back to stay, with all the fight they put in the championship before getting, back here, if they're really here to stay, I think that the game tonight is going to be a decider.
Okay, and still talking about Leicester, Kelechi Iheanacho out of the club right now in the Spanish La Liga with Sevilla. Wilfred Ndidi has a new shirt number. He wants to man the role in the midfield position. Tottenham Hotspur got in Dominic Solanke right there in the group as Harry Kane is playing his football in Germany. Would you want to make a slight prediction on this one?
Well, I think Leicester has got something to prove, like I said earlier. And yes, we know Tottenham Hotspur for, being very, very, attacking minded. But I think somehow one of the problems they had last season was when they lost Harry Kane. We saw that Son could not keep up. And even the young man that came in from to join them, I've forgotten his name right now, to join him was actually lacking as well. You understand? But for Leicester City, I think they're out there to make a mark. And this is the opportunity that they would use. I think they will actually want to capitalize on this very first game. And I see it's either going to be a 1-0 draw or Leicester will win it.
1-0 draw or Leicester will get that victory over Tottenham Hotspur. We look forward to it. Interesting games to look forward to. And neutral fans will enjoy the best of football. But I think a lot of goals will be scored in this game later today. Itoro Jimmy, thank you very much for joining us today on the show. We'll look forward to having you one time again.
Thank you so much for having me, Udoka.